في أمريكا وتربيت في كاليفورنيا، وأسلمت في 1977. ثم
77.
اي 77.
كان عمرك كم في الوقت؟
18.
18 ما شاء الله.
يعني مثلا لما أنا اكتشفت الإسلام في كاليفورنيا، أنا تركت الجامعة مباشرة، لأني أنا أحسست أنه ماذا عندهم الآن. أنا تركت الجامعة وأسرتي في آنذاك ظنوا أني كأنني ماذا فعل، وهاجرت إلى العالم العربي وبدأت أتعلم العربية، وكان لي شغف كبير في هذا الشيء. Ahmed wants to do a duet with him.
Oh yeah, that would be beautiful.
For his wife, dedicated to her.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
You can do oh baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile.
Oh baby, baby, it's a wild world.
ما شاء الله. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله. هذا قسورة.
كيف حالك؟
نعم.
إن شاء الله. السلام عليكم.
شو قايري؟
الحمد لله.
كيف حالك؟ بخير.
هذا سيدي يوسف اسلام.
الحمد لله.
وعمار.
بخير إن شاء الله.
السلام عليكم. الله.
السلام عليكم.
Welcome to our humble sort of
This
office.
is Ahmed.
Alhamdulillah.
Wallah, it's very big of you to let us come here.
Thank you for letting us.
Yeah, because I know you're busy planning. Sidi Yusuf has a big event for the. We were at your school earlier, and all of us, I think, were so moved just to see what's happened there and the children and also all the different nationalities. I mean, it was just so powerful to see all these children in one classroom from so many different.
Micro Ummah.
Yeah, exactly.
In London.
In London. That's what we were pointing out. في لندن يعني أمة مصغرة. Yeah. في عقر دار.
Would you like to come in?
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Sunday the way, inshallah.
Bismillah.
This is our sort of recording studio, and it's the place where we do most of our productions for Mountain of Light.
Thank you. Yeah, if you want to sit there.
Yeah, this is Mountain of Light. Everyone knows what Jabal Nur is.
Jabal Nur.
MashaAllah, yes, this is the beginning of revelation. So the idea is that we produce beautiful materials that inshallah will provide a sight into the world of revelation that we understand, that we know, but maybe a lot of people they don't know, or it has not been projected in a sort of way that we're doing, a contemporary way. So we're using lots of
Sir, can I ask why did you call it Mountain of Light?
Yeah, that's the reason, because we want to spread the nur of Islam.
Okay.
And it began with Iqra. And Iqra means is connected to education and everything that entails, which means that the teacher should be the model as well. So when you present Islam, it should be as beautiful as possible.
We were talking about that earlier. We went to Lord Lytton's house, where he has that. It's a hall, Islamic hall of tile, and we were talking about Inna Allah Jamilun wa yuhibbul jamal, that Allah is beautiful and He loves beauty, and just making things beautiful, which was so much part of the Islamic tradition in the past. And I mean, that's one of the things that Sidi Yusuf did, because his work before he was a Muslim related to art and and what's considered beautiful in Western society.
It was the best. It was the
And
best of
and so in coming into Islam, what we noticed, all of us as Muslims in the West, is that he really raised the level of Islamic production to a world-class level. I mean, it really, we owe that fadl, you know, to Sidi Yusuf. And what he did by raising that level, he forced other people that were to follow. Exactly. So in a sense, sanna sunnatan hasana fil gharb. And he really did that, and we've all been affected by that, you know, by the work, the seerah that you did, and several of the CDs and books, Ayahs for Allah, you know, these things.
The great thing about Muslims is, you know, that once they see something, they can imitate it and they can take it forward. But if it's not in existence, sometimes the theory never gets proved.
Right.
And so that's part of our problem, is that, you know, we need to do instead of we've been talking a long time, and many people have given the greatest khutbahs in the world. But I remember it goes back to education, when there was a fantastic khutbah, which I listened to in the early days, when I just embraced Islam, about starting Muslim schools. And I heard this khutbah, and I said, that's fantastic, you know. So I went and I wrote a check immediately. I said, you know, let's go. And then like 6 months later, nothing happened. So.
And why was that?
Because people talk, but they're not used to doing.
So how did you reach to do the school we see today?
Yeah, I went back and I got the money. No, I mean more than that. We got ourselves together in a micro situation. We started with a little class of children. Actually, we started by meeting at home in one another's home, you know. We invited each other to our homes with the children, maybe about 5 or 6 children. And that's how it grew. Then we found a building, and we said, okay, let's get the teachers, let's get the advice, let's, you know, study this thing, but let's start. And alhamdulillah, we started, you know, with this very small class, 13 children, you know, under 3, or 3 and under, and that was it. So it means that sometimes you don't have to start big. Start small,
and things will grow.
Things will grow.
I know that, you know, Sidi Yusuf, one of the things the Prophet ﷺ warned about flattery and maddahin, and said to throw dust in the face of flatterers. But a flatterer is somebody who talks about something that people haven't done. Whereas a thana, which is part of the Islamic tradition, if people did something good, the Prophet said, ahsanta. He told them they did well. But it's interesting that now, I think, you know, the West, who initially almost attacked you for embracing Islam, but recently I think you're being recognized just for the humanitarian work that you've been doing. I think now there's a social award
which I received from the Gorbachev Award.
Right.
And that was given to the Pope.
It's been given to the Pope and Steven Spielberg, I think. So, I mean, this is, I think, you know, it's so important to see a Western Muslim who, you know, is being recognized for doing things that are benefiting society. And I think a lot of people are shocked because particularly in the music industry, so many of the people that were in that industry, it becomes a life of, you know, self-gratification and oftentimes forgetting about other people and their responsibilities. And I think that, you know, when I watched the VHS one, Behind the Music, when they did that, you know, and I've known you for some time, I was shocked, you know, by really seeing the amount of work that you've been doing. I think, you know, it just had an impact. A lot of people that I know who saw that were just amazed to say, you know, here's somebody who's really done something for other people. And that's so much at the essence of our Islamic tradition is, you know, the Prophet ﷺ said, Sayyid al-Qawm khadimuhum. The real master of a people is the one that serves the people. And that's what the Lord, the Sayyid, is the one who serves others. So
I think a lot of people
want
to know.
You know, I'd like to. Yeah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. But I mean, I'd like just to congratulate you for doing that and for being such a, you know, just a qudwa, really an example for Muslims, not only in the West, because you are an example for us as well, but for Muslims in the Muslim world who have often forgotten their historical role. You know, the Muslims have a historical role of we're here to serve humanity. You know, not just the Muslims. We're actually here to serve humanity, human beings. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. Imam an-Nawawi said يحب لأخيه, that he loves for his brother, and I would translate his fellow man, because Imam Nawawi said that akh is your brother in humanity, that you should love for everybody guidance, you should love for them goodness, you should love for them not just your own group, but actually everybody. And that understanding, I think, you know, that's really what you've embodied and are trying to put out there, and I think that understanding needs to be revived in the Muslim world.
Alhamdulillah, in Europe, you know, things are happening, and maybe, you know, there's a point where Muslims in the West are going to take a leading position in trying to, you know, say, highlight the way forward, because, you know, there's so much of the Muslim world is looking this way, you know, and that's a fact. And so Sheikh Hamza also is one of our leading stars.
One of the poets said, because I know you're a poet and you love poetry, one of the poets said, وَإِنْ عَبِقَتْ فِي الْغَرْبِ أَنْفَاسُ ذِكْرِهِ وَفِي الشَّرْقِ مَعْلُولٌ تَعَافَ مِنَ الضُّرِّ. If the fragrance of his remembrance spreads in the West, and there's sick people in the East, they'll become well from the spreading of that fragrance.